Hello there. I am making a quick little update for the progress I've made since the other day. And pull up the bucket to see what it is that changed. Huh. Here we go. Alright, so yesterday's commit, which is the one that that I tested out with Chris. I added, whoop, yes, allow. I added, let me open another instance just so we can see the networking happening. Like fucking magic. Connect. Boom, boom, there you go. Cool. So, yeah, yesterday I added names. I added validation for the IP port and name in the login screen, like lobby, whatever you want to call it. I added a block subtraction effect, which should still... Oh, I broke block editing. I'm gonna put a note for that, even though it's something I probably won't forget. I like crossing things off lists. It's very satisfying. My done list is super long. Anyways, I added super jump, so you can be like sprint and like, or you could just like stay there and just like, you hold shift, you do up. Okay, that was, maybe the collision was weird there. Maybe I was on top of a hole or something. But oh, hey, you can see your name through the, you know, I'm not quite sure it's a bad thing. It's kind of like Left 4 Dead. I'm gonna call it a feature for now. Improved character movement and collision. No longer get stuck in doorways or slide off blocks. No longer collide with other players. Let's see if the players thing... No, you still collide with players. Because again, I fixed that, and then I broke it with today's stuff. So, I'm gonna write a note for that. Super cool. Improved camera. Yeah, the movement is a lot nicer. I guess I can't show you video, but... And I can't add blocks. No! Whatever, let's just jump over that. Whoa. Yeah, it's much better. It's not perfect, but it's much better. Handling player disconnection, deleting their characters and RPCs. Yeah, so the other night when I was playing with Chris and Charlie and Sean, when we disconnect, we would leave like zombie characters. So I'm gonna move this guy now. See, he's walking around, whatever, and I'm not gonna do disconnect message. I'm gonna do like an unhandled disconnect by closing. Boom, and the instance of the character goes away. And if I relaunch the freaking thing, and you will see. Let me yeah, I'm gonna go back here so we can see the player spawn. Jehanlos. Connect. Boom. Isn't that fucking cool? It's magic. It's fucking magic. Improved gravity effect. Gravity is now acceleration instead of velocity. Yeah, so before, that first night, I was like every single frame I was subtracting X amount of the Y position. You get it. Every frame, so it was just like setting the velocity, and it looked really wonky because you didn't like slowly accelerate to terminal velocity. So now you do that second thing I said, which is much better, and the jump is more thumpy, and yeah, it's a little more polished, a little more. And then today's changes, I added a thing to convert from this the program that I used to make this art. Uh, yeah, I mean I have a plugin that like converts it for me, but I just made a batch file to make it easier for me, so I could just literally drag the file from that program onto this batch file, and it poops out this thing. So yeah, that's more for like me on the side. Because it was really annoying to type that long ass fucking command line thing with all those arguments and the long arguments and stuff. I cleaned up some unnecessary cubiquity files. So cubiquity is the thing I'm using for the terrain or whatever. And there's a bunch of files. I added dude. This is dude. Dude is that. UI is grouped under canvas. It's more of a it's more of a dev thing. Today was pretty clean up, but whatever. Added flat colored cube shader for characters. Yeah, so as you see, the shader for these guys has a normal mapping. So there's a normal map that makes the edges look beveled, even though they're actually like flat cubes. If you see here, like if you see the line here, they're flat. So that's normal mapping, and I made the one for the characters not normal mapped, so that way he doesn't look like a bunch of square. I mean, you see the squares obviously, but you don't see like it's not like he's made a bunch of cubes. It's more like whatever. Added a chunk script, which again you can't really notice from the user perspective. So yeah, added sprites for characters. That's actually some files sitting in the directory that you also can't see. I'm planning on doing a character selection. I have a pretty fancy idea for how I'm gonna do it. Just more of a gimmicky kind of whatever. I'm gonna have like the 2D sprite on a wall, and then like when you select him, he like slides out of the wall like magic and turns into 3D. Yes. Volumes create new instances now, so texture coordinate bug is fixed. Oh yeah. So there was this bug where yeah, so I don't know how to explain it. Pretty much everyone's using the same model, right? Today I made a second model. The dwarf is still there, but this guy is my second model, and everyone was using the same model, and it was referencing the same like resource. So the first guy who logged on was like the main master resource, well, master instance of that resource, and then everyone else who connected, like pretty much all my friends, the clients, since they connected after me, were like the slave instances of that resource. And pretty much the master instance, he looks fine. Like whenever he rotates, he's like, oh, cool, awesome. But then the other guys, since they were like using the same resource, pretty much they would take his normals, and like the second guy could be standing still just like this guy, but his face would light up and shit because the master instance is like facing the sun. I don't know. There's no. Anyways, it was just wonky looking, and now it's less wonky looking. So yeah, that's good. Um, yeah. And then my bug fixes on the plate for tomorrow. The first ones are rotating the models 180 degrees, because right now they're actually all backwards. So this character is actually facing away from me right now. Uh, like the camera's facing away from me. So, and it's actually not the camera's fine. It's the model and the nameplate that are backwards. So I need to spin those around. Um, The name, I want it to billboard, so right now when you go like this, you could like you don't see the name. But I want it to billboard so that way no matter where you are, it's always facing you. I'm probably gonna leave that whole like see-through thing though. It's pretty cool. I like it. I might change my mind, but whatever. Then there's the hide lobby UI in game. Yeah. So I did the new UI thing, and now I forgot to hide it. So whoops. And I'm going to bed, so I don't want to do it right now. I'll do it tomorrow. Fix picking. That's the note I just made right now because I fucking broke it and I can't place blocks. And remove player-player collision. Bleh. Remove that. Bleh. I don't know. I don't know if I know. Remove it. Most likely. I don't know. What else? Oh! I just realized the reason I had taken it out is because I had rigid body physics on my local instance of the client character. um, and so I removed the collision because since I had the rigid body on him, whenever I'd push it, it would like move him over, and he would like slide that way. But then when the actual person playing the character moved, it would update to that new position, and he would like snap to wherever the hell he's supposed to be. That's why I moved it. But since I took out the rigid body, now I can't move him, so it's kind of like I might as well just leave the... Oh, and also, when I push him, he moves on the other side. Yep, I'm gonna leave the collision. Yep, I'm gonna remove that task. Cool. So yeah, that's my update on my game for day number X in a row. I think, yeah, I've worked on it every day since, I think, Friday or Saturday. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, yeah. Stay tuned in next time for update number X+1. Yeah. That was totally not meant to whatever, and I kind of like it. Anyways, farewell.